In the early 1900s, a remarkable group of French researchers rediscovered the secrets to the ancient vibrational science practiced in the Egyptian temples and many other advanced systems around the world. This was a groundbreaking rediscovery of ancient sacred knowledge that unfortunately most people today have no idea even exists. The work developed by the French was mostly destroyed by the onset of World War II, and it never really came back coherently together again. However, the discovery of these French vibrational researchers did provide the foundation for what Dr. Ibrahim Karim built upon to create modern biogeometry. And so our biogeometry trainings are based on the work of Dr. Ibrahim Karim, but he himself gives credit to the French vibrational research of the 1930s for providing the foundation for it and the initial breakthroughs in rediscovering the ancient temple science of Egypt and many other great world traditions. Having sponsored a translation of the old French text, which in many cases is going to be very hard to find today, into English for the first time, I created an online training series called Vibrational Testing and Healing to let people in the modern day understand what the core discoveries and methods were created by these great French vibrational researchers. The first course in the series is entitled Personal Wavelength. The French researchers built upon methods that had been preserved from ancient times by the Jesuit order and by Jesuit-trained Catholic priests that had been published in the early 1900s in French, the most important and well-known of these being the book written by a Catholic priest named Abbé Mermet, in a book that in French appeared as Comment j'opère, meaning how I work, where he described the method of being able to use pendulums in a vibrational way to detect subtle energies and to do advanced healing work, to find missing people, find sources of water, all kinds of things. But the French researchers, building on the information released by Abbé Mermet and other Jesuit-trained French priests, took this work in a direction outside of the Catholic Church, outside of any control structure, and into many, many other fields of human exploration that included rediscovering the secrets, once again, of many great ancient spiritual traditions. One of the most important of these particular methods is called personal wavelength. Now we need to here at the outset make very clear that the method of vibrational radiesthesia, which is what the French called their work, the ability to detect subtle vibrations and radiations, uses pendulums in a way that may remind you of what we call today mental dowsing. But mental dowsing is a completely different system in which you mentally program a pendulum or a rod to move in a certain way in response to a mental question that you ask. This French system, on the other hand, uses no mental questions. It is a technical field that allows us to directly tune into and detect and differentiate and direct all of the powerful energies that our world is based on before it crystallizes into physical matter. This is an incredible breakthrough. And so the vibrational radiesthesia techniques that we teach in this series are based on the French methods that are purely vibrational and are not mental. The instruments themselves are tuned into a specific vibrational quality. And so the personal wavelength method that we cover in the first course in the series was the foundation of what the French medical doctors called medical radiesthesia. I make no medical claims for this course, and I am not a medical doctor, but I think it's incredibly important that these powerful methods developed and used by French and other European medical doctors in their thousands across Europe in the 1930s are not lost and are taught to every person today, because the results that they had in being able to directly detect the energetic qualities inside the human body are something that completely change and move to a much higher level the types of energy healing and energy medicine that people are exploring today. We need to bring this in to our modern knowledge, and I spent many years researching the original French discoveries to create this course. So in the personal wavelength course, I will take you from knowing nothing about it to being able to directly detect your personal wavelength or other people's personal wavelength, to be able to detect any disturbance in their body or energy field, to be able to detect exactly what substance may be creating the issue and exactly what vibrational input, which could be anything from an essential oil, a natural plant, a stone or mineral, a homeopathic remedy, any vibrational input of any kind, which of these will help to balance the issue the person has in their body or energy system. This also goes into detail, where I take you through all of the major acupuncture meridians and points on the meridians for testing, because we can literally detect the energetic quality of any part of the human energy matrix or physical body structure through the use of personal wavelength. Again, these were the actual methods used by French medical doctors that they then trained other European doctors in the 1930s, and is still being used by many medical doctors and many medical professionals today, but they cannot tell the public because it would not be accepted by their licensing bodies, even though they're able to create much more powerful healing effects for their clients, and they're able to avoid the destructive and often lethal effects of the blind guesswork being done today in modern medical circles as to what medicines to prescribe, what operations to perform. All of this could be determined ahead of time with the methods created by the French medical radiesthesia and the group of pioneering doctors that applied this energetic knowledge to this new field. Again, I make no medical claims whatsoever for this course. I'm not a medical doctor, and this does not give you a medical training. I offer it to you for your own exploration and to help to preserve a historic treasure that's almost lost today. The second course in the series is called the Universal Vibrational Spectrum. Now, this goes into detail of the French discovery of the complete spectrum of all of the powerful vital life forces that stand behind the creation of everything on the physical plane. All ancient traditions on the earth focused on healing the life forces in the human body as being primary before the physical body itself. The human physical body can heal itself if the vital life forces are in the correct configuration and properly activated and not blocked. The problem we have today is that we understand the world based on two other spectrums of energy. We understand the periodic table of elements, which is simply the library of all the physical matter that exists in the world today, and the electromagnetic spectrum, which is the spectrum of all of the electromagnetic energy, the energy that has fallen below the speed of light and is in a state of decay. It's what Nikola Tesla referred to as retarded Hertzian waves. And he said there's something on a higher level that's much more advanced that he was working with, that's referred to today sometimes as scalar waves. What the French did is they created the complete spectrum of the dynamic vital life forces themselves, along with methods to be able to directly detect, differentiate, and apply all of these powerful life forces. In the biogeometry trainings today, we use modern tools developed by Dr. Karim to detect this complete vibrational spectrum. And I'm extremely grateful to Dr. Karim for not only introducing me to the French work, but also allowing me to make available to people in the Vibrational Testing and Healing series his tools that are superior to the earlier French tools to directly detect all of these powerful vital life forces. So there's information and practices in the Universal Vibrational Spectrum course that does not exist anywhere else in the world today. I put together an explanation of all 12 of the particular bands of energy that make up the universal vibrational spectrum of life force, and exactly what each one of these bands of energy does at the physical, energetic, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. I then give you practices to learn how to use these detection tools and to be able to go through a complete journey of understanding how everything in the physical world manifests and how the entire physical plane itself manifested in going through an inner journey of resonating with each of the 12 bands in sequence, which reveals a deeply hidden spiritual mystery of the direct vital forces coming from the One, the unified field, the Godhead, however you choose to think of it, that is the actual creative force behind all physical manifestation. This course is meant to open up to you the complete invisible world of energy. And I've had reflected to me by many people who have completed the course has completely changed their experience of life and their work in whatever their chosen field is. The third and final course in this series is called Custom Vibrational Healing. In this course, I go into how we combine different vibrational testing methods and different types of healing applications to be able to create a complex, custom formula of vibrations to help to balance the energy of any person, place, or thing. This course explores areas that are very rarely discussed today, and I'm able to go into aspects of activating the human energy field and actively crafting vibrational fields of a very specific form that we can choose ourselves, that I believe will be the transformation of energy medicine and energy healing for our time and all times to come. It is a coherent collection of what was done in the ancient healing temples of the world in a new, clear, concise format where we can understand each of the vibrational forces that we're bringing together into the custom formula and find through direct testing what exactly it is that a person needs. So we hope that you'll choose to explore the Vibrational Testing and Healing series. And for those of you that have taken the biogeometry course, I do want to make clear that the content of biogeometry, although it shares a few of the practices here because they come from the French radiesthesia, the biogeometry work is a completely separate body of work. And this course is devoted to the original French research, as well as some of the research that we have done at the Vesica Institute connected to the original French discoveries. All of this, in my mind, fits together into a much larger, coherent framework. And so we're very honored to be able to teach Dr. Karim's biogeometry, and I've done my best to make sure that the knowledge of the original French research did not die, but can be collected for everyone today to learn and to use to create a much more advanced form of energy medicine that will hopefully transform the field and transform the way that you understand your own energy and the way that you can work to vitalize your health in completely new ways and at the same time open up your direct perception of the invisible world of life energies that constructs you and everything else that manifests on the physical plane.